Most people are still trying to win e-commerce like it's 2018. Same tactics, same platforms, same old excuses. Meanwhile, the winners in 2026 have already changed the game. Today, on Straight Talk Commerce Podcast, I am breaking down the top 5 e-commerce business models that are actually crushing it right now. These are not theories. No guru nonsense. I have my shirt on. Real models making real money. We're going to get into it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
No fluff, no hype, just the real deal. Wayne Altman's here, yeah, you know the drill. Talking business, talking shop, making moves non-stop. From e-com to hustle, straight talk, no props. Straight talk, no gimmicks, no lies. Hey, I break it down with the sharpest minds. Money, moves, mindset, grind. If you're ready to win, then tune in live. Big names, big games, all the lessons they bring. From Jelly Belly to AA Kings. From the startup grind to the top tier pros. We cracked the code, now here we go. Straight talk, commerce, getting to know the Wayne Altman. Let's start the show.
Okay, so we're going to go from 1 to 5 because I'm really excited about talking about number 1. The number 1 opportunity in 2026 is AI-driven marketplaces. They're the gravity wells of e-commerce, and what the model actually is an AI-driven marketplace. It's not just a site with products; it's a decision engine. AI controls in this marketplace what products are shown, who sees them, at what price they are shown, with what delivery speed your logistics are handled there, and whether you win or whether you just disappear. And why it works in 2026 is because consumers trust marketplaces far more than they trust brands now. Brands make stupid decisions, it seems like. In 2023, 24, and 25, you had these major brands making unbearably stupid decisions. Speed and convenience beat loyalty now. It wasn't always like that. AI removes frictions that human beings can't even compete with anymore. And logistics and data create these unbeatable moats. Now, if you're confused about moats, go check out the Doomsday Minute that I just did and talking about that. Let me give you some real-world examples of exactly what I'm talking about. Amazon, Walmart, Temu. Amazon is not just a store. It is a logistics and data empire. Walmart uses its stores as fulfillment nodes. And Temu has weaponized pricing. It's gamification personified when it comes to its customers and gaining a foothold and getting those customers. And if you sell on one of these marketplaces, you're renting customers. But if you own one of these marketplaces, you are printing leverage, my friend. Now, this is best for massive scale players. It's best for aggregators, private equities, are very big here, and those people that are platform builders. I mean, they're just building platforms like this. If you're a little bit bigger in the e-commerce, you may want to check into this. It's a lot of fun to research. Okay, so number 2 on this list, in spite of what we're hearing and seeing right now in social media, is still social commerce and live stream selling, entertainment, emotion, and checkout. Now, what this model actually is impulse commerce, and it's fueled by short attention spans, parasocial trust, social proof, and real-time urgency. They build up this real-time urgency that you feel like you have to buy this right away. People do not shop, they are reacting. Take a look at TikTok Shop, for example of what I'm showing. It's all this very high pressure, go, pushing for the sale constantly. And why it works in 2026 is discovery happens inside feeds. And search is definitely losing ground to recommendations. I see people all the time coming to me asking me to go into their store and to check it over, make sure that they are actually participating in this the right way. It's very big with a lot of solopreneurs, people that are starting a business on their own. Everybody's got this side hustle that they're pushing forth. And those people that are really gritty and can really keep working at it, they're going to win. Buyers trust creators far more than they trust Nike or Adidas or Converse, any of these other brands, these major brands. They're not to be trusted anymore. Again, we're talking about 23, 24, and 25 really showed us that brands can step in the doo-doo. It is crazy how many brands really fumbled over that very short period of time. And the frictionless checkout kills hesitation. There's no such thing anymore as a full checkout. Your shopping cart is not, you don't worry about your shopping carts being left full. People check out while you're doing this TikTok live. Let me say that the real world examples here, we talked about TikTok Shop, that's live stream selling at scale. Instagram checkout, it's brand plus creator equals commerce. You build a massive following on Instagram and you have a built-in audience that really is very well molded. And then whatnot, collectibles and hype products. If you see something that you don't know where to buy, go to Whatnot, because they're probably going to have it there for you to, someone there is going to be selling it. If your product needs logic to sell, social commerce is going to eat you alive. This is best for consumables, trend-driven products, low to mid-price items, and founder-led or creator-led brands. Those people who are starting a business, it's a brand new product coming to market, that's what you're looking for in this social led network. And like I said, don't worry about the fact that many countries are really applying pressure to rid social media of preteen and teenagers off of those platforms because there's plenty of adults to sell to. That brings us to number 3, and that's niche direct-to-consumer brands. These direct-to-consumer brands, it's an anti-commodity warfare. A niche direct-to-consumer brand doesn't compete on price. It does, though. It does compete on identity, belief, community, and emotion. We're all becoming very emotional in our purchasing, emotional overall. And you're not selling products, you're selling memberships. You're selling, here's where your loyalty comes in. Here's where your belief systems come in. And here's why it works in 2026. Consumers cannot stand generic brands. Algorithms reward specificity. In other words, the more technical you can get about your audience, the better, we find out. Loyalty is more important to these brands than traffic. And margins will survive when the comparisons start dying. Now, you're probably wondering, well, give me some real world examples. And I will tell you that Aviator Nation is definitely an example of this. It's lifestyle plus identity. Gymshark, I use them as examples all the time. Hell, why not here? That is a very community driven in their growth, in their strategies. Kudos to them. And then Allbirds shoes, the value-based positioning right now is very well molded. The people are incredibly attached to that brand. Niches scale faster than general stores. because they don't argue with anybody. They don't argue with everybody. They don't argue with anybody. So the better you can niche down and find that audience that pertains directly to you, the better for you. You can slowly expand on that kernel of an audience, and you're rolling in high cotton. Okay, I will say that this is best for very strong founders or people that have a lot of people around them, a very strong team. That this is a very good a way of operating. And then opinionated brands. If you have a brand that believes that we should have clean drinking water or all of these social causes, this is a good way to go. And then lifestyle, wellness, or identity-driven products. This is definitely that niche direct-to-consumer that we're talking about. This is your avenue right now. Okay, I have a confession to make here. When I first started in e-commerce and before, I hated this model. And I hated it with a fiery passion. And I will admit that I was wrong. I was wrong in every single way possible about this particular niche. And I'm talking about subscription commerce. Predictability beats hype. I had the entire misapprehension of what subscription commerce was. And what it actually is subscription commerce is about cash flow stability. It's not about excitement. It's boring. It's predictable. It is valuable. And here's why it works in 2026. Buyers and investors love this for these reasons. The rising cost of acquisition makes repeat customers mandatory, and retention beats acquisition. So you are spending a great deal of time finding ways to retain customers in a subscription brand. You've got to constantly offer more and more and more value. So the people that are going in, that's why people love subscriptions, by the way, because they get more and more and more value from that subscription in order to keep it, or they just go away from it. Predictable revenue enables you to make smarter decisions. You're not constantly panicked over what your next month's sales are going to be. You know what your next sales are going to be, provided you don't see a heavy drop-off in your subscriptions. And subscriptions increase your company value exponentially. The longer you can go on, your company becomes more and more and more more valuable. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. Dollar Shave Club. Everybody knows, hey, look, simple, repeat, demand. People have to have razors, and why not join a Dollar Shave brand or a Dollar Shave Club, and you save themselves some money and never have to shop for razors again. It's awesome. Or BarkBox. That's an emotional recurring spend. Everybody loves pets. And so, doing something on a regular basis to help take care of your pet, it's great. And then HelloFresh. HelloFresh is habit-based consumption. You're not having to go out, and I'm not giving you all the reasons that people love these subscriptions. All I'm saying is those are examples. HelloFresh, all of these food, Blue Apron, all of these food-based ones are perfect examples of constantly adding value for your customer to keep them subscribed. Now, this particular model is best for consumables, supplements, pet products, education, and digital services, something that people constantly, they never stop using. And one-time sales is a dopamine hit. A subscription actually buys freedom for the owners, for the people that are doing this correctly. You really can stretch out and think more about protecting your customers and the value that you are bringing to your customers. And look, if you're a business owner, who the hell doesn't love that? All right, all of this brings us to number 5. Number 5 is modern drop shipping and print on demand. Now, look, this is the testing ground, not the end game. And what this model actually is, in 2026, dropshipping isn't just a business, it's a market research with cash flow. Smarter operators are using it to test their products, test their pricing, test their messaging, test audiences, and then they graduate with a lot of money. And here's why it still works. You have zero inventory risk. You are not storing products in an FBA. You are not storing products somewhere and getting stuck with a massive number of boxes of things you couldn't sell. You get a very fast feedback loop, as a matter of fact. I mean, we're not talking 60 to 90 days. We're talking between 3 to 4 weeks food feedback loop, and you can really take action with those kind of numbers and that kind of time frame. You also get a very content-driven discovery. It's hard to say. And it's perfect for validating products. So if you are going to go all in on a product, you might want to start drop shipping that first, or printing it on demand. If it's a design, you may want to start by printing that on demand and seeing if that thing that you think is going to fly flies. Here are some real world examples of what I'm talking about. Print on demand niche brands are dime a dozen right now. They come to us through events and fandoms and causes. Everybody that has their favorite pet project has the ability to create a shirt, create any kind of clothing, print on demand, and sell from that inventory. TikTok test stores validating viral products. Again, with the TikTok, you go on a TikTok live, that's where you're going to see all of the viral products, or a lot of the viral products, coming to us. And it really tests winners from losers. And then you have creator merch launches. A lot of creators out there being, launching t-shirts, launching clothing, launching different products, and seeing how far they can sell them, how far they can drop ship them without a huge, massive investment. This is really good for those of you that are looking for a side hustle. Everybody wants a side hustle. Now, this is actually best for newer entrepreneurs. This is a great place to get your feet wet, get a little blood on your teeth. It's also good for creators. If you are creative and you have people that are very creative in your business, this is a very good place for them to get in there. And brand testers, if you are hooked up and you've got some connections, people will send you different items and you can actually build their brand for them. We're going to get into that in a future episode. I'm going to walk you through the process of that. It's very interesting. And the people that do that can make a ton of money for other brands. And then anytime you need idea validation, I would say before you settle on a product to go in your store, you need a place to validate it. You need to head to TikTok, live shop, Instagram, Facebook. You need proof of concept. This is the method for you to do that. All right, we are going to recap these. This is awesome. I'm going to give you the big picture, 30,000 foot view. Marketplaces are for scale and dominance. Social commerce is going to be for velocity and impulse. Niche, direct to consumer, is brand and margin. Here's where you're going to make some money. Subscriptions for the stability and the value valuation to make your company more valuable. And then drop shipping, good old drop shipping, never far away. That's with your testing, and that gives you the proof that you need. The biggest mistake in e-commerce is not choosing the wrong platform. It's choosing the wrong business model for your stage and education in e-commerce. Okay, you guys, that's it for me. If this episode changed how you think about e-commerce, good. That was the point. That was the point. The winners in 2026 aren't going to be louder, luckier, or more viral. They're actually more clear-headed. They understand the difference between a platform and a business, traffic and trust, growth and durability. E-commerce has not gotten harder, it's gotten more honest. And if you're building something real, stay sharp, stay adaptable, and don't chase models that are already dying. This is Wayne Altman with Straight Talk Commerce. We don't sell fantasies, we explain realities. And I want you to remember, I love you.
No fluff, no hype, just the real deal. Wayne Altman's here, yeah, you know the drill. Talking business, talking shop, making moves non-stop. From e-com to hustle, straight talk, no props. Straight talk, no gimmicks, no lies. Hey, I break it down with the sharpest minds. Money, moves, mindset, grind. If you're ready to win, then tune in live. Big names, big games, all the lessons they bring. From Jelly Belly to AA Kings. From the startup grind to the top tier pros. We crack the code, now here we go. Straight talk, commerce, getting the know. Wayne Altman, let's start the show.